students. Hi students. In this video, we are going to discuss about dimensions. Dimensions of physical quantities. Of physical quantities. Hi students, today our concept is dimensions of physical quantities. Now I would like to tell some important points. Please listen one by one. Point number one. Point number one. The nature of physical quantity. The nature of physical quantity is described by its dimensions. Its dimensions. Once again, I am repeating this point. The nature of physical quantities is described by its dimensions. What is physical quantity? Physical quantities means displacement, comma, distance, comma, time, comma, velocity, all these and so on, infinity. All these we can call as physical quantities. How many physical quantities we have? Approximately infinity physical quantities are we have. Now, point number two. All the physical quantities represented by combination of several fundamental or base quantities. Base quantities are several or seven dimensions. Seven dimensions of the physical world. of the physical world. My dear students, once again I am repeating this point. All the physical quantities represented by combination of several fundamental or base quantities are 7 dimensions of the physical world. Now, this point is important. Now we are going to discuss point number 3. This is also important. So first tell me what is the meaning for that one. We have infinity physical quantities. All these are combination of 7 fundamental quantities. What are the 7 fundamental quantities? Length, mass, time, electric current, thermodynamic temperature, luminous intensity, amount of substance. All these of combination gives the physical quantities. Okay, now go for the point number 3. Point number 3. Base quantities. Base quantities are 7 fundamental quantities. 7 fundamental quantities are 7 dimensional of the physical world, denoted by square brackets, denoted by square brackets. Square brackets. These are called square brackets. Listen carefully. These are called square brackets. Now, point number 4. Point number 4. What are these base quantities or fundamental quantities? Length. So, the dimensions are dimension. What is the dimension? L. L to the power of 1. 1. So dimension is 1. Now, mass. Dimension. We can denote with capital M. Mass. Now, time. The dimensions are 1 power of t or t to the power of 1. Electric current. Now, dimensions. A to the power of 1. Now, thermodynamic temperature. Thermodynamic temperature. Thermodynamic temperature. K to the power of 1. Next, luminous intensity. luminous intensity. Dimensions are CD to the power of 1 or CD. Now amount of substance, amount of substance, amount of substance. Dimensions are more. Now tell me, what is the dimensions? Dimensions are the powers. Power. What is this power? 1. It's power 1. It's power 1. It's power 1. It's power 1. Dimensions are the powers to which the base quantities are raised to represent that quantity. That means if suppose L to the power of 1, dimension is 1. L square, dimensions are 2. Okay, that means once again I am explaining, dimensions are the powers to which the base quantities are raised to represent that quantity. However, the fifth point we can discuss what is about dimension. Okay, so these are the important, we have to remember, we have to practice several times. Now, point number 5. The dimensions, the important. The point 4 also important. The dimensions of physical quantity are the powers are exponents to which the base quantities are raised to represent that quantity. Once again, I am repeating this point, my dear students. The dimensions are the powers to which the base quantities are raised to represent that quantity. That means take L. So it's a dimension 1. Now I would like to take L square. So what is the dimension? 2 is the dimension. So this is the example. Now point number 6. All physical quantities all physical quantities can be written can be written in terms of dimensions. Once again I am repeating this point. All physical quantity, how many physical quantities we have? Infinity. Can be written in terms of dimensions, or we can write in the terms of dimension. What are the dimensions? L, L square, M, ML square, ML to the power of -2, and so on like that. Example, velocity. It is a physical quantity. I wrote it is a physical quantity, PQ. Now I want to write velocity. Velocity means, what is the formula? Displacement by time. Displacement means L t to the power of -1, like that. Okay, that means all physical quantities can be written in terms of dimensions. I think you understood. All physical quantities we can write in the form of dimensions. Okay, now what is the dimension of velocity? It's a dimension of length of 1 and time of -1. Okay, now please write this example also. Now we are going to discuss another example. The volume of the volume of an object is expressed as the product of length comma breadth length, breadth, and height. Therefore, the dimensions of therefore the dimensions of the dimension of volume or how we can write it as L into L into L, that is called L cube. May I write? This also we can write as L cube. Okay, both are same. That means writing inside and outside both are same. Don't worry about that one. Now, similarly, force. force is equal to mass into acceleration, mass into acceleration. Now that is equal to mass into acceleration means length by time square, time whole square. So we will get m bracket L by time square. So we will get m L t to the power of -2. Okay, so these are this is about dimensions. Now that is what we understood from this one. We understood that the force has one dimension, here one only, here also one. So one dimension in mass one dimension, comma one dimension in length comma two dimension, sorry, minus two dimension in time, all other basic quantities, all other basic quantities are zero. This is the meaning for this one. Okay, now go for next point. Point number 7. The magnitude or not, the magnitude or not consider the magnitude or not consider the physical quantity, the physical quantity that is change in velocity, change in velocity, comma initial velocity, comma average velocity, comma, final velocity, final velocity and speed are all equivalent equivalent in this contest. Once again I am repeating this point, my dear students. The magnitude are not considered the physical quantities. The magnitude are not considered for the physical quantities. That is change in velocity, initial velocity, average velocity, final velocity, speed. All these are having equal contest. Okay. Now point number 8. Since all these quantities can be expressed as length by time. Whatever we discuss here, velocity, initial velocity, average velocity, final velocity, speed, all these are expressed as length by time. That means their dimensions are their dimensions are L by T. L by T. That implies L to the power of 1, T to the power of minus 1. Okay. And also write as L T to the power of minus 1. Both are same. Okay. Now this minus 1 only for T but not L. So this is about dimensions. My dear students, you understood what is about dimensions. So thank you very much for watching this video. For next video we can discuss about dimension formula. Thank you, my dear students.